I know I have not posted a video in well over a month. It's been a very long time. I've been going through my own stuff when it comes to my job and relationships. I've been having a little bit of a mental breakdown, so I just kind of like took a step back and I did my own thing where it's just like I needed time away from everything. I really appreciate everybody who saw my last video that was based on Bronzong in the Kingdom Cup. That really brought up my big subscriber count. We're actually almost there. I think we need about 100-ish subscribers to hit that 1,000 subs. So I'm really happy that happened. Guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe down below. I want to hit that 1,000 subs before GoFest, just so we can do that mobile live stream while at GoFest. Yes, I am going to be at Chicago GoFest. I am going to be there. So if you guys see me, I'm going to have my own like custom made shirt, J Farm shirt. Shout out to Hero Vage just because he gave me that J Farm nickname. I'm going to have that J Farmakis custom shirt. Just come up to me, introduce yourself. I'd love to see everybody. If you guys really want to throw hands and do some battles, right? I'm always down. You just call the cup, say it what it is, right? I'm also going to be taking part in that Silph Arena tournament that's going to be happening at Chicago GoFest. Hopefully, you know, we make it to Worlds. Hopefully, it's gonna be a big fight, but it is what it is. Today is the day. Today we saw the Argentina regional tournament where King and Zionic and Trainer Tips, where they were commentating on the entire tournament. I'm so surprised at how they did that for so long, like without breaking a sweat. They were ready. They were so on point with everything that they said. Right? Congratulations, guys, for going so far, joining up with Silph. Just doing such a great job. I'm actually so proud of you guys. You guys are just doing amazing. Today is also the day that we're going to be talking about the Rainbow Cup, where now it's going to be based on 5 types. It's going to be based on water, fire, electric, grass, and bug type. We're going to be going through a couple Pokemon that I think are going to be somewhat relevant. Again, it's still early. We can't tell for sure of exactly what it's going to be. But I love how Silph Arena actually went with the 5 types. Before, there was always 4 types, and then they brought it down to 3, and everybody's like, what's going on when it came to Nightmare? But now into Rainbow, they actually made it into 5 types, and that's I love it because it's made it so diverse. And now it's not going to be that rock paper scissors kind of thing when it comes to the meta. It's going to be very, very different. You're going to be coming in with grass. They're going to be coming in with fire and electric and ice, like with water. It's going to be crazy. Now we're going to be going into PvPoke, and with PvPoke, I'm just going to be explaining a couple different Pokemon from each typing, just so I can give you guys a broad perspective. We're gonna first start off. We're gonna go with a Azumarill. Azumarill always it's gonna have Bubble, Ice Beam, Play Rough. You know, that's usually the moveset it will have, except for Nightmare, because that kind of changed things up a little bit. We are running a Hydro Pump Azumarill. Azumarill, we all know he's the tank. He is basically the tankiest water type Pokemon in basically all of Great League. Next, we're going to be talking about Kingdra. Kingdra was actually what beat me from actually Guan. Guan is the one who beat me in the Kingdom Cup in the finals. He's the one who came in first, and I came in second. He beat me with this Kingdra. It was amazing. With Kingdra, you can actually want to run Dragon Breath, Outrage, and Hydro Pump. You can also run Blizzard as well. It's your choice, basically how you morph your team. But I personally would probably going to go with Hydro Pump. It also takes neutral damage from electric, grass, and it's 4 times resistant to fire. So like, I think he's going to be on my team. I have this really good feeling. Now, the next Pokemon I'm going to go on is to Blastoise. Blastoise, I love Blastoise just because like it's Blastoise. He's the Gen 1 starter evolution. Like, who does not love Blastoise? Also, shout out to Zionic because I know how much he loves Blastoise. If I am going to use Blastoise, I will be using my shiny Whiz sunglasses, Hydro Cannon, with Water Gun and Ice Beam Blastoise, just because it's dope. The next Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is Lapras. Now, Lapras, you're going to be running it with Surf and Ice Beam, because those are just basically the best moves Lapras has. But you're running with Water Gun and maybe if or Ice Shard, but again, it's too early to tell. We can't figure it out 100%. The meta has not been put together yet. It will take some time, but I'm not going to take Ice Shard off the table. I'm going to say that it might be there. It might be. The next Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is going to be Lantern. Now, Lantern, the thing I love about Lantern is he has that duo effect. He has Water Gun, so he's going to have that water coverage. So you're going to be going up against Charizard and any other fire type Pokemon. Then you also have the Thunderbolt, and the thing I love about this is because now you're using Lantern to cover the other water type Pokemon. It's amazing. It covers water and fire, which is his own typing. And then again, your girl's gonna run Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump, I don't know if you're gonna really get to, but if you do, it takes a little bit longer to charge. But if you get it off, you get it off. That's amazing. You always want that extra charge move just in case, based on coverage. And not last but not least, the next Pokemon I'm gonna be talking about is gonna be Quagsire. Quagsire, you're gonna have Mud Shot, Stone Edge, and Earthquake, maybe Acid Spray. I'm not 100% sure, but again, I'm not taking Quagsire off the table. I'm not 100% saying this is what the movesets you're going to want to use. Again, it is very early to tell. The next and final Pokemon I'm going to go with is going to be Poliwrath. Poliwrath, you're going to be running a Mud Shot, Power Up Punch, and Ice Punch. I really like Poliwrath just because it has that Power Up Punch. It really does really well against that water ice type of Pokemon, those ground types. When let's say if they're on the ground and fire, or if they're running steel types, right? Poliwrath I think is just going to be an overall really great Pokemon. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use it, but again, it's not off the table because the meta has not been formed. The next Pokemon we're going to be going to, and the next typing we're going to be going to, is going to be the electric Pokemon. Now, the first Pokemon we'll be talking about, and it really kind of like got me thinking right away, right when King and Zionic, they were both talking about the next cup being released, and they were telling us what the typings, and I was like, electric, boom, boom, and I was like, Raichu, 100%. I was like, Raichu, it has Shadow Ball, like that is amazing. And with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge, I think he's going to be a really, really good competitor. He beats water types like Mantine, Azumarill, Lapras, and again, he has Shadow Ball. Like, Shadow Ball is one of the most OP moves in the game. The next Pokemon we'll be talking about is going to be Magneton. Magneton is really good because he has the Thunder Shock and Discharge, which is going to be the double legacy. So if you do have one of those, like I do, which I traded a shiny baby for, but we're not going to get into that. It's going to be you have one, it's really good. You're going to be running the Thunder Shock Discharge with the Magnet Bomb. His advantage is that he's over grass types, and you also get grass resistance. He's very squishy though, but he also loses to Lapras. Sorry. He actually beats Lapras, Sorry. Okay, going back to it. Raichu beats Lapras, but Magneton doesn't. So it's just because of that water. So Magneton, again, I'm not taking anything off the table. Everything's on the table until the final meta is put together. But I think Magneton does have a good chance of staying in this meta. The next Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is going to be Raichu. Now, Raichu, you're going to be running Thunder Shock, which is Legacy. And you're going to be running Thunder Punch and Wild Charge. The reason why you're going to be running Thunder Punch and Wild Charge is because you want Thunder Shock to bait the shields, and you want Wild Charge to be your heavy hitter. Now, if you don't feel like running Thunder Punch, you can also run Brick Break, but again, I'm not a huge fan of Brick Break, just because of the moves, like the way it's stat distribution, like the stats of it, and just not that great of a move. But again, if you want the coverage, you can run it. He beats Charizard because Charizard's fire flying, and he does beat the water types. So again, Raichu, not throwing him off the table. The thing about Raichu is that, like, just like the Alolan Raichu, it can be used to bait the shields. Just because it has the Thunder Punch, you want to charge up the Wild Charge, and then you're gonna go into Thunder Punch, bait the shield, and then hit him with Wild Charge right after that. So it's gonna be very similar technique that you're gonna be using in the Nightmare Cup. The next Pokemon I'm gonna be talking about, and I'm not sure if anybody's thought about it, but I'm talking about Pharos. I really feel like Pharos is gonna be a really good Pokemon in this meta. And I'm really throwing him out as a wild card just because he has Charge Beam, and he has Thunder and Powder Gem. But I like him personally because he has the Charge Beam, he has Dragon Pulse. If you have the Community Day move, he has Dragon Pulse, right? And he has Power Gem. So now you're going to be using him. He has like amazing coverage. You have Charge Beam, you have Power Gem, and you have Dragon Pulse. Like Dragon Pulse, neutral damage. Power Gem, fire types. Charge Beam, electric types. Like, sorry, against the water types. It's amazing. Like I'm really looking forward to Ampharos over everything else. Ampharos I feel is going to be one of the sneaky picks. Again, don't take everything and anything I say 100%. Again, it's too early to pick, but I'm just saying Ampharos I feel like is going to be a really sneaky pick. The next Pokemon type we're going to be going into is going to be the fire types. And the first Pokemon we're going to be talking about is Charizard. Now, Charizard, you're going to be running Fire Spin, Blast Burn, and Dragon Claw. Charizard, as we know, we used him in the Kingdom Cup. He was the best Lucario counter. He will be running the show. He is rated number 1 on PvPoke. Pokebattler says Azumarill. But again, I feel like Charizard is going to be a really big part of this meta just because of his coverage with the Dragon Claw, and then also having the Blast Burn, which is like just such a shot. Like it's amazing. Blast Burn is literally broken. He will just ruin the grass types. He also can be stepping all over Magneton with those steel types. But remember, you got to be careful of those rock moves. The next Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is going to be Typhlosion. Now, the reason why I'm going to be talking about Typhlosion because he has Shadow Claw, Blast Burn, and Solar Beam. So that does have a lot of coverage. He does decently well, I would say. I would say the only thing he really loses to is going to be Magcargo and the water types. But he just ruins the grass and bug types, and a lot of the fire types too, which is just because of that Shadow Claw. And then of course Blast Burn, because Blast Burn is just broken. But anyways, the next Pokemon we're going to be talking about is going to be Ninetales. Now, not a Alolan Ninetales, not something that everybody's used to. It's not the Alolan Ninetales. It is the regular Ninetales. It's going to be the one with the legacy moves. It's going to have Fire Spin. It's going to be a legacy move, Flamethrower, and it's also going to have Psyshock. Psyshock offers a quicker charge move against the grass poison types like Venusaur, and it won't be used like Charizard. It has better options because it has better coverage with charge moves because of Dragon Claw, right? I find that Charizard will be better just because it has Dragon Claw, and I feel like that's a better coverage move rather than Psyshock. I'm not a huge fan of the whole Flamethrower thing with Psyshock because I'm just not a huge fan of Flamethrower. But again, I feel like Ninetales will be there, probably be a part of the I would not say the top 10, but I would say he's decent. But again, I would not say he's better than Charizard. I don't think so. The next Pokemon we're going to be talking about is going to be Magcargo. Now, Magcargo is very interesting. Magcargo, you're going to be running Rock Throw, Stone Edge, and Overheat. Yes, Rock Throw is not the greatest move. Stone Edge and Overheat take a lot of energy to be able to use. Yeah, but you have to think now. It is a fire type. It beats Charizard and most of every other fire type there is in this meta. It beats electric types like Magneton and Raichu, right? But you gotta really be careful because it is a rock fire type, which means it is 4 times weak to water, right? And of course, just because the charge moves do take a very long time to actually charge, you gotta be careful. You're using him almost like you're gonna be using Tentacruel. You want to make sure those shields are busted. You hit him with Dragon Claw, the power up punch, right? Get those shields gone, and then throw your Magcargo in there just to finish off the job. That's why I think he's interesting because he's fire, but he also counters all the fire types and also goes after the electric types. And then of course, if you throw the fire move of Overheat, then of course you're going to ruin every grass type in the meta. Now, the next Pokemon type I'm going to be talking about is going to be the bug types. The first Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is going to be Forretress. I really hope I said that right, because if I didn't, I know Best in West is going to be commenting on this video, and he's going to be like, yo, John, say it properly. I know this for sure. But the Pokemon that you're going to be running, the moveset you're going to be running is going to be Bug Bite, Heavy Slam, and Earthquake. It is currently right now the top ranking bug type. It's actually rated number 2 on the total Rainbow Cup meta ranking. It takes down the grass types like Beedrill. Right? But the only things you really have to be careful for is the fire types, because it is 4 times weak to fire. Right? But again, with Earthquake, you have such great coverage. You have Heavy Slam to kind of bait the shields. Right? It's overall just it's pretty good. I can't wait to actually try out Forrestress. And last but not least, the Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is going to be Beedrill. Beedrill, you're going to be running him with Poison Jab, X-Scissor, and Sludge Bomb. He charges his moves very fast just because of Poison Jab. But it does not have... And the thing I like about Beedrill, is the fact that he does not have that 4 times weakness to fire like Forrestress does. I really appreciate everybody watching this video. I really can't wait to play with everyone at GoFest. I can't wait to meet all of you. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be seeing you guys at the GoFest after party. And I just can't wait to meet all of you. It's going to be such a great time. Again, if you guys have not subscribed already, be sure to do that. Let's get my channel to 1,000 subscribers. I'm back now. This video grind is going to be coming back. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.